On me. Need my daily affirmation. I wake up in the morning, say this shit to myself.
Yeah, not a blemish on my image, I'm eternal, I'm eternal. Ain't no promise I'ma see tomorrow. Yeah, something but my name, make a fuck nigga stay in they lane. Burn them up and turn them up internally. I feel like I'm eternal, yeah. I've been living longer than the Lord. Boy, if I ain't believing God, I won't see nothing but them wild. Let her tell him you a king. You will never reach me cause I'm tied to a chick, dog. Nah, I ain't no regret, dog. Standing on the business, everything you want, I know how to get it started. I'm like a cigarette, you want smoke, you get lit up.
Good morning. Good Monday morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. What's up, Cash? Thank you for those cheers, baby. Callie Cuz in the building, Big Red Diva, Fish Sticks. You know what I'm saying? You wanted to make sure that you pointed out I spelled something wrong. That's cool. Good morning. Illuminated. Good morning. Tim, what's going on? Laleezy, good morning. I see you was up in here extra early, baby. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. Man, it's so much going on. I was finding stuff that's like literally not in the news. Literally not in the news. That's nobody is talking about. Good morning, Cash. Did y'all know? Did y'all know? Did y'all know? Did y'all know? Did you know that Nebraska has a wildfire that's literally burning acres and acres and acres and acres of land? Did y'all know that? There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. A lot. I slept good. I slept pretty good. I went to bed super late, so I only slept for a couple hours. But I'm gonna doze back off for a little while. You know what I'm saying? After I gave y'all daily news. Let's see, Nebraska wildfires. Cause I want y'all to see this. We're not talking about no 2 or 3 acres. We're not talking about no hundreds of acres. We are talking about hundreds of thousands of acres. That's what I want y'all to see. Hold on 1 second so I can show y'all this. Go back here. Go here. I'll pick that. Good morning, Swamp. Oh, this craziness.
To the latest team member here at Farm Journal, Haley Bickelhop. You will be seeing her quite a bit on the show. But Haley, to kick things off, you have been following just a heartbreaking story in Nebraska. We talked about it in news. The wildfires are burning at last count 800,000 acres. What did you find out this week?
Well, Tyne, I'm just one of the members of our team that have spoke with a number of cattlemen in this area that have been impacted. I spoke with Glenna Shearfay. Her husband helps manage Rush Creek Ranch, which is north of Lisco, Nebraska. Now, she says that this photo that you see here on your screen was taken Thursday, March 12th at 8:30 at night. And it was about 14 miles north of their facilities, and it was as close as she could get to the flames. Shearfay says that as far as she knows, all of their horses, cattle, and buildings are fine, but their land was hit hard. Now, their camp is on about 12,000 acres, and about 300 can only hold cattle right now. Ag Day's Clinton Griffith spoke with another cattleman, Audra Allen, from Whitewater Ranch in Arthur County. Allen says that these fires will have a significant impact on the rural economy and the cattle markets.
We fight fires every year. It's part of living in the grasslands and the prairie. We fight fire all the time, but never have we seen anything of this magnitude. We had an exceptionally wet year this past summer, and so the
Now, when she say fight fires of this magnitude, we're talking about over 700,000 acres of land. I think the last number was up to like 872,000 acres of land. 872,000 acres of land. Even if none of the cows are literally getting ill by this fire, the damage from the smoke that the cows are getting to their lungs. Like, I had did a little research on the actual cows getting damaged, their lungs getting damaged. It's definitely gonna mess up their reproduction systems. And half of them, even if they survive the wildfires, they're gonna be sick. They're definitely gonna be sick. Like, it's a whole lot going on to this. Y'all gotta remember that most of America definitely rely on Nebraska for their cattle. We talking about beef being affected. We're talking about milk being affected, butter being affected. It's a lot of stuff that come with this, and I'm just shocked that this definitely isn't hitting the news, because I haven't heard about this. Have y'all?
Amount of fuel that's in the pasture has just been unreal.
If people want to help, what do you need?
Biggest thing we need is hay. Guys got to feed their cows. Fence posts, fence. I mean, I think we replaced fence last year, and I think we're up to, I think, $22,000 an acre, or excuse me, $22,000 a square mile to be able to replace that fence. And so the hedge posts that are needed, the wire, just the hay and the forages to be able to feed these cows are the biggest need that I can see right now.
The Nebraska football program is helping out with that need. All the ticket proceeds from their spring game will be donated to wildfire relief efforts. Now, if you would like to help those impacted, there are a list of ways that you can help out. We have them all listed on drovers.com.
Haley, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
And you know what's crazy about this? What's crazy about this is there's no FEMA right now. There's no FEMA because of the government shutdown. Let's not forget that. Let's not forget that there is no FEMA right now. Well, they do have, good morning, by the way. They do, they are used to wildfires. They're not used to wildfires of this magnitude. This is something definitely very different for them. They are not used to it being of this magnitude for sure. Hold on, 'cause there was some other stuff I wanted to show y'all before we get to the news. Hold on, let me see. There's just a lot going on. Remember that take it off from the hood. Just kick it around the house today. And when I say it's a lot going on, it is a lot going on, my good people. A lot going on. Hold on. It's a lot going on that's being really being masked up that nobody wants to to talk about. It's crazy to me. In fact, so I can bring up the rest of that. Hold on, let me get this on the screen for y'all. I don't know. Hold on. Let me get this on the news for y'all. Hold on. What's going on? Let's get this up here. Talk about all the confusion that's going on in these doggone airports. It's crazy.
For ending that Homeland Security shutdown. So how long will this last? Major escalations in the Middle East. President Trump threatening to obliterate Iran's energy sites if it doesn't reopen a key waterway. We're live in the region. The world watching surging oil prices with the new numbers just in, the threat to the global economy, and what it could mean when the markets open tomorrow. The historic flooding emergency in Hawaii, our team on the ground, hundreds of rescues and thousands of evacuations, plus the reaction from superstar Jason Momoa, forced from his home. Just in tonight, devastation in Minnesota, a horrifying house fire, killing 4 people, an NHL reporter and her 3 young kids, how she's being remembered tonight. Police questioning a person of interest after a Chicago college student was shot and killed, seemingly randomly. The Guthrie family's emotional new message, asking the Tucson community not to forget their mom, Nancy. The meteor that rattled Houston. Whoa! Did y'all see that? And crashed into this woman's home. And there's good news tonight about the coach who couldn't be kept off the court.
This is NBC Nightly News with Hallie Jackson.
Good evening. We begin tonight with the new plan from the Trump administration to try and alleviate the chaos at airports across the country, deploying ICE to help out the TSA. Starting just hours from now, those agents are set to put.
Now, do y'all hear this? Now, ICE already don't know how to act on the street. Could y'all imagine them at the airport? Can y'all imagine them at the airport, how they handling each other, handling people? And what's crazy on top of this, I heard the Orange Man mention that since the Democrats don't want to agree with what the Republicans want to do, that ICE can make sure that they are at the airports to take the Somalians that are coming in and out of United States at a rapid rate, that they can make sure they take them from the airport too. You know, I've never met a president that in order for him to handle something, he always got to act like the fat kid that always got an attitude. The fat kid that always got to have his way. It's just crazy to me.
Post up at major airports. We don't know which ones yet, but it comes after weeks of TSA staffing shortages, leading to long lines like this one in New Orleans. Look at that. It's stretching all the way back to the parking garage. That Homeland Security shutdown, leading some TSA workers to walk off the job, with some donations now being accepted to help them out since they missed their last check. All setting the scene for that ICE deployment in the thick of spring break travel season. Our Julie Sirkin has more on the questions and the timeline.
Hours-long wait times at airports across the country tonight.
It was 4 hours
to get to the plane.
You cannot be serious right now.
Line stretching all the way to the parking garage in New Orleans. A similar scene in New York City and Philadelphia. It's why President Trump says that on Monday, ICE agents will be going to airports to help TSA workers who've gone without full paychecks since February. White House Border Czar Tom Homan today admitting they don't have a plan yet.
I'm currently working on the plan now of execution. We'll execute tomorrow.
NBC News has learned more than...
Good morning, Snoop. Aliza, I see what you said, that your mom been trying to get out of here. It's just crazy. You know what's even crazier? Because Orange Man, you go around Congress to do everything else, right? You went around Congress to start a war that ain't had nothing to do with us, right? And used $11 billion the first week y'all went to war without permission, right? You can't go around and get these TSA people paid. But you can use taxpayer money for a war that ain't had nothing to do with us. And then ask for another $120 billion for a war that ain't got nothing to do with us. But you can't override and get these people paid. Man, this don't sound like a crap of shit to me. Okay.
More than 400 TSA officers have quit since the shutdown began. Thousands more are calling out, many falling behind on their bills. For 37 days, Democrats have blocked funding to the Department of Homeland Security because of the administration's immigration crackdown. It isn't yet clear what travelers will see tomorrow. According to Homan, who is deploying ICE to the busiest airports, agents would take on TSA responsibilities that don't require specialized training. So you may not see them in the screening lines.
I think it's going to make it even more nerve-wracking for people.
You think they'll be afraid to fly?
I will be.
And as Democrats push Homan for changes to ICE operations in exchange for reopening DHS, there is growing concern from both parties that Trump's new idea will do more harm than good.
It's not a fix that is going to encourage us here to resolve this.
It's unfortunate that Republicans have decided that they would rather force TSA agents to work without pay and create chaos at airports throughout the land rather than get ICE agents under control. Our basic premise.
Julie is joining us now from Fort Lauderdale Airport, where we see some of the lines behind you, Julie. And people may be wondering why Congress doesn't seem to have a lot of urgency around trying to end this Homeland Security shutdown.
Yeah, absolutely, Hallie. Look, I fly into this airport often to visit family. I don't remember seeing it like this. Now, I'm told Democrats in the White House are moving in the right direction in terms of negotiations. But one senator telling me, Hallie, why should they get to fly home when Americans are dealing with lines like these? Hallie?
Right in the middle of spring break travel season. Julie Sirkin, thank you. To the Middle East now, and President Trump's deadline approaching after his new threat to Iran, saying the U.S. will obliterate.
You know what be killing me real quick, y'all? What be killing me is they always want to blame the Democrats. It's both of y'all. It's definitely both of y'all. It's the Democrats and the Republicans right now. Certain things that could be getting done aren't getting done. Meanwhile, y'all just letting the Orange Man just run a fucking muck. Let him do whatever he want to do. Meanwhile, it's causing the economy more harm than good. I get it. It's just not making no logical sense to me, especially for people who are getting paid by the people. People who are supposed to be working for the people.
Obliterate key energy sites if the Strait of Hormuz is not reopened. Matt Bradley reports from Tel Aviv.
This was a direct hit.
not far from Israel's main nuclear reactor, showing Iran can keep raining missiles across Israel and the Middle East, all while maintaining their almost total blockade on the Strait of Hormuz. President Trump told the Iranians last night they have 48 hours to unblock the strait or he would obliterate their power plants. Iran replied that all energy facilities belonging to the United States will be targeted in response. Only a day earlier, Trump said he was considering winding down his war against Iran. Trump's Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent spoke to NBC News' Kristen Welker.
Just to put a fine point on this, though, is the president in the process of winding down this war or escalating the conflict?
Again, they're not mutually exclusive. Sometimes you have to escalate to de-escalate.
There were no reported deaths from Iranian missiles in southern Israel, but Israeli health officials said at least 180 people were injured, like in this apartment complex in Arad. All of this damage was caused by just one Iranian ballistic missile that managed to evade Israel's formidable air defenses. It was just one impact in a weekend that was uniquely violent for Israelis.
It was a very shocking boom.
Israeli opposition leader Yair Lapid said the attacks are proof Iran deliberately targets civilians.
Do you see any military sites or facilities around you? What they're doing is trying to kill as many civilians as possible.
Iranian state TV.
And that's what's killing me about both sides. Like, instead of I thought the whole point of the war of America being over there fighting Iran was to take out, they were supposed to be having bombs that they're not supposed to have over there. So why the hell y'all ain't taking out the damn bombs? Instead, y'all taking out neighborhoods. You're killing innocent people. It's not making sense to me. It's not looking like we got any goddamn common sense when we over there killing innocent people when the whole point over there was to take these bombs out, take these nuclear bombs and all these other stuff that they're not supposed to have. It don't make logical sense, bitch, when you can see your target.
TV said the military intended the attacks on southern Israel to hit Israel's nearby nuclear research facility and reactor. Retaliation, it said, for Israeli strikes on its Natanz nuclear facility on Saturday. At least 15 people were also injured in Tel Aviv by debris falling from intercepted missiles. And in southern Lebanon, Israel is blowing up this bridge. It's said to keep Hezbollah operatives from moving south. Can Israelis still have faith in the anti-air defense that Israel is putting up here?
Well, we've had great success so far. Over 92% interception rate. But even the best defense in the world is not perfect. But the best defense is making sure they can't fire these missiles anymore.
Matt is joining us now from Tel Aviv. And Matt, the Iranian military says it is ready to keep the Strait of Hormuz closed for a while if it has to, right?
That's right, Hallie. If President Trump follows through on his threat to attack those Iranian power stations, the Iranians say they'll keep the Strait of Hormuz shut until those power stations are rebuilt. Hallie?
Matt Bradley, thank you. And tonight, new numbers are coming in right now in a snapshot of the oil markets with concerns about gas prices spiking. Brian Chung is monitoring all of it for us tonight. So, Brian, what are we seeing?
Hallie, things have been moving in just the last few minutes. Pre-market trading saw oil prices rise, then drop, suggesting another day of rocky action tomorrow. And this comes after we already headed into the weekend on a fourth straight week of losses on the stock market. After hitting all-time highs in January, the war now has the S&P 500 down 5% since New Year's. This as prices at the pump continue to creep towards a national average of $4 a gallon. Higher prices are also hitting air travel, with United CEO warning it's cutting some flights to get around rising jet fuel costs. Now asked about the hit to businesses and consumers, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent also told Kristen Welker today that higher prices should be, quote, temporary, but with the tax on key facilities in the region potentially taking years to fix, analysts are warning there could be longer-term impacts. Hallie?
Much to watch, Brian Chung. Thank you. In Hawaii, historic flooding is putting thousands at risk after the most rain in nearly.
That is true, Divine. Most, all the countries have oil. They're reserved oil. A lot of them are not using it. right now. They're basically trying to wait to see what's going to happen with this war. We have our own oil. We stolen Venezuela's oil. We have over enough oil where gas prices definitely shouldn't be up this high. They're gonna use it as an excuse, this war, but we have enough oil. America produces enough oil where we shouldn't be. Our gas prices definitely shouldn't be as high as it is. Kelly Cuz says Saudi Arabia just opened up their underground oil pumps. Divine said a lot of them leaders had the oil. It was Big Boogie. Good morning. No, it was never really about. That was his excuse for going over there and bombing those people. His real reason was to steal oil. That's most definitely was the real reason for America to be over there, was to steal oil. I don't know why he keeps on playing with Iran like Iran is a country that we want to play with, because it definitely is not. See, you got to remember, when his life is on the line, his kids' lives is on the line. If his kids' lives were definitely on the line, his sons were on those front lines fighting this war, trust me, it will be nothing like it is. Nobody would see him lagging and dragging his foot when it comes to making decisions at all. And did y'all know about these floods that's going on in Hawaii? Yeah, I don't hear this I don't hear it being talked about neither.
A generation is prompting mass rescues and evacuations, with the threat not over yet. Steve Patterson is there.
Tonight, raging floodwaters sweeping over roads, swelling rivers, destroying homes. A days-long deluge drenching entire communities in Hawaii.
He was beating on my window at 11. All I heard was, "Gammy, Gammy, wake up." And it scared me to death.
On Oahu, North Shore resident Sherry Hodge says she woke up late Thursday night to the sound of her grandson, Raiden, frantically pounding on her door. You can see Raiden in this video, the 18-year-old helping rescue a man and his dog hanging on for dear life in chest-deep floodwaters. He says in all, he and his crew rescued about 60 people.
People were on their roofs yelling for help, and we came together and we loaded them in and made sure everybody was safe. It was crazy.
First responders rescuing more than 200 people during the disaster. But neighbors like Sherry are angry, saying warning sirens and phone alerts came too late.
I'm pissed. I'm upset over that.
The storm causing Oahu's worst flooding in more than 20 years. Actor Jason Momoa said he had to evacuate from a family home.
Hopefully everyone's safe and getting out and get together and figure out how we help everyone.
And everyone is stepping up. With evacuation orders finally lifting here, locals are helping clean up.
And this is what community is here in Hawaii. Dozens of members of this town coming together to clean up as much as they possibly can after this devastating flood left all this mud and debris behind.
Tonight, Maui getting hit hard. But here, the state's famed spirit of helping, known to Native Hawaiians as its kokua, remains unbroken.
Steve is joining us now live from that disaster zone. And Steve, folks in that state are not out of the woods yet.
Allie, we are nowhere near out of the woods yet. Cleanup will continue like this for at least the next few days. Maui getting hit with that next batch of rain. The governor estimating at least $1 billion needed for recovery. And anytime the ground is this saturated, you are talking about the possibility of mudslides. Very dangerous here. Allie.
It's nonstop work for folks there. Steve, thanks. So just learning tonight that dozens of people have been affected by the extreme heat at an air show in Glendale, Arizona, part of that brutal heat wave in the West. The fire department telling our station there at least 30 people had to be taken to the hospital. More than 9 million people are under heat alerts throughout the Southwest. To the hockey community, shaken after the death of an NHL reporter and her 3 young children, apparently in a house fire in Minnesota, with new tributes from colleagues and loved ones tonight. A devastating scene outside Minneapolis after a house.
Okay, I don't want to ruin nobody's morning with no sad stuff like that. We have enough going on with the war. We have enough going on. Water, fire, worst elements we have. That is facts, Kelly, cuz. That is facts. Divine said, I think when they got Saddam bin Laden, even El Chapo, they found billions of dollars of gold. I believe it. I believe it. You know what's crazy is, so the word is in Mexico. Okay. The word is in Mexico that the reason why, because you haven't heard nothing about Mexico in the news, have you? The word is that the reason why they took out that that head guy over there, over the drug ring or whatever you want to call him, one of the leaders over there. They took him out because they said he was doing a little bit of the ethyl thing over there, if you get what I'm saying. And said that he had a list of people that he did business with. And some of that list definitely included some people, some of our people from Congress. And they didn't want that list getting out. It's crazy. America is doing a lot of dirt and hiding a lot of dirt. I'm talking about a lot. And I just don't get it. I really don't. I really don't. We have a whole lot going on. Sir? Yes, another one. I'm definitely going to be doing some more research on it. It looks like they really don't want to talk about that. They want to talk about everybody else having e-file situations, but they definitely don't want to talk about why they killed that cartel man. They trying to act like, oh, it was because of drugs and this, that, and the third. America definitely has something to do with that. I was wondering why the cartel was so big on trying to do something to America. Not saying that it's never happened before where they didn't want to do anything to America. I was just trying to find out why they were so willing to go so hard this time. Like they were trying to go extra hard. And they're not talking about none of that in the news neither. Good morning, your mama man. Good morning. Yeah, they just got a whole lot going on with them that I'm trying to piece together and figure out. When I say a whole lot going on, they have a whole lot going on. And it just seemed like it's a lot of covering up. A whole lot of covering up. A whole lot. And everybody want to play the blame game on why majority of this stuff is going on right now. They want to play the blame game. Did y'all see Robert Kennedy? Did y'all see him on the screen talking about that the conspiracy theory people are correct once again. Did y'all see that? Man, yo, mama, man, we always getting caught with our hand in the cookie jar and swear we can lie our way out of it. Because that's what we do. That's exactly what be going on. Lying our way out of it. Because not only, when I say e-files, I'm talking about everything about the e-files. I'm talking about the cannibalism. I'm talking about messing with the little people. Yeah, we talking about all of that. All of the e-files was definitely happening from that man in Mexico also. And nobody's talking about it. You know, with this war, they definitely trying to use it to suck up everybody's energy, suck up everybody's attention, so that you're not paying attention to the little things that they doing that's trying to cover up the big things. It's crazy to me. It's just really, really, really crazy to me. I'm gonna drop this link. Big Red Diva, if you want to come up and discuss anything this morning. Man, I'm telling you, Big Red Diva, let me put you up on the screen. Because those are facts. I was saying it to myself. I just been sitting back just watching people. I've been sitting back watching everything and everybody. If black people, especially, black females, black men, if we all really came together, I mean, really came together, like everybody on the same accord. I'm not saying everybody got to think the same and all that stuff. I'm saying without putting each other down, encouraging each other, really being there for each other, this world be so different. We so powerful that we so dumb we standing in our own way. We're standing in our own way. Instead of encouraging each other and being there for each other, motherfuckers would rather get on YouTube and disgrace each other or try to play each other. Mm-hmm. You know what, Kelly? Because I don't mind being in my own lane. I don't mind not following other people. I don't mind people not liking me. I don't mind that. One thing I did as a child is I read that Bible. And people definitely didn't like Jesus. So who am I to think that I would be any different, that they would like me? And that's a fact. Good morning, Big Red Diva.
Good morning. Good morning. How are y'all?
Good morning, my lady. What you got for us this morning?
Well, I made that comment because of something that took place on last night.
Mm-hmm.
When I do go places, I do lives a lot when I go karaoke and stuff like that. So, and it's like maybe 3 places that I go on a regular when I do go out. On last night, I'm out enjoying myself, whatever, and I always take a drink with me when I. and I have my little cup with me or whatever. So when I'm entering into these places, I may sit down a minute and finish drinking what I came with, and then go to the bar and buy what I need or what I want. Um, I went to this place that I go to a lot, and I walked in with my cup as usual. And my thing is, if the club owner don't want me in there with the cup, just come and know that I prefer you not to bring your cup in. I have no problem with that. So I was put on Front Street last night. The lady called my name over the intercom, and it wasn't in a nice way. So this is the second time that this lady did it to me. So I went up to her and I talked to her and I let her know, if it's something that you have to tell me. If you don't want me in your place of business with the cup, I understand. She said, "Oh, I didn't mean any harm," but to me, I felt as if she did because of the way she approached me. Well, I'm a woman with class. I'm a woman with integrity. I'm not gonna come and disrespect your business or anything. And if it's a problem, just let me know. Don't single me out. I have a problem with that. Well, it kind of got a little heated. So I say, well, just let me see, because I see I irritate you. I am a person. I have a lot of things going on in my life, and I try to keep positive. Keep a smile on my face. I try to keep my energy high. And then when I enter these places, I understand people can't take what you bring sometimes. So let me leave before it go in left field. So I ended up leaving, and I'm like, it did something to me because I'm a lovable person. I be concerned about people and their well-being. When I walk in, I hug and kiss everybody, and I do this on a regular. So it just took me to another level, and I said I got to talk about it. So that's why I made the comment. Let's just all get along. We all are beautiful in our own way. All the hate, I can't deal with it.
When I say to you, sometimes your vibe, sometimes just your name, sometimes just because of confidence you have in yourself is gonna disturb them.
Right.
It's gonna disturb somebody who doesn't have that confidence. It's gonna disturb somebody who's jealous hearted. It definitely is. I've been dealing with that my whole life. Literally my whole life. Like when I say to you, I just experienced that this past, not this weekend, the weekend before last. I was just by myself, just in the grocery store. I was yapping away on my phone to one of my mom or my dad. Couldn't remember which one it was. And I'm just smiling, just happy, just being me. And soon as I turned the corner, it's like this lady, she with her dude seeing me. When I say it's like she ripped his arm off his doggone shoulder, trying to make sure he wasn't looking at me. Baby, listen, this ain't that.
Right.
I'm sorry if my vibe, I'm sorry if my confidence bothers you. That's not my problem. See, I used to let people who acted like that bother me. I used to let the fact that my presence bother people. So I don't let that stuff bother me. It doesn't bother. It actually makes me laugh now. It makes me laugh. Even this past weekend, me and we had went grocery shopping, and this old lady that seen us interacting with each other, and you should have just seen the smile on her face. She was just smiling and staring at us. one thing my grandma always taught me is to walk around with your head held high. Never have your head down. Won't nobody in this lifetime ever again make me feel like because the color of my skin, I should be ashamed of myself. Or because you feel like I'm shaped different or better than you, that you feel some sort of, baby, that's not my problem. Because I don't care if I had the worst shape in the world, baby. I'm going to have the most confidence in the world.
That's right.
That's what they be mad at. They be mad about that confidence. They be mad that you feel good about yourself. They be mad at that you don't want to go sit on one of them tables and have to have surgery to build yourself up. That confidence going to kill them every time. You should feel good about yourself every time you step out the door.
And that I do. You know, like I say, I have a lot of things going on, but I don't let the negative outweigh my positive. I'm a firm believer in once I put it in the hands of the Lord, that's where I leave it. I let Him take care of whatever is going on in my life that's not right. So when I step out, you know, I'm going to free my mind. I'm going to enjoy other people, and you know, just let's have fun. And as soon as I would walk through the door, you know, and I see your look on your face, and I'm familiar with all of these people. I've been knowing them all my life, and the person that I'm talking about, she helped me. And I helped her at one point in time when it came down to our weight. You know, I came from being 350 pounds. This lady came from being almost 500 pounds. And we both have did our journey, and you know, we both look good. But I don't know what it is with her. It's like every time she see me, it's always something. So I did talk to her last night, like I say, and I talked to her in her ear. The next time I told her it's not gonna be pleasant, but I'm not gonna give you the benefit of the doubt for it to even go that way. I'm just gonna stay away from your place of business because I see I'm not wanted.
I wouldn't let not a soul keep me from where I enjoy myself at. Big Red Diva. You know, she's one of those classic cases. Yeah, y'all both was on the same journey. Yeah, y'all both was on the same movement. Her confidence ain't yours.
Right.
She hasn't gotten up to that level where her confidence is yours. What I would do, I would definitely wouldn't communicate with her. You don't gotta speak to her when you come inside there. Because, you know, it's always conversations that's heard behind your back.
Yes.
And that definitely sounds like that's a case of I'm jealous. I'm jealous, and I'm gonna show that I'm jealous.
Yeah.
And then when you say something, make you look like you the crazy one.
Exactly.
I see this all the time with men and ladies, because it's not just the ladies, it's the men too. I'm telling you, people will try to irritate your soul, irritate your vibe. Man, listen.
Yeah.
I'ma be me. When I speak, I'm gonna be me. When I walk, I'm gonna be me. I'm gonna make sure that my confidence shows every time I walk out that door. You know, one thing my parents always said, you know, when you leave out the door, you are a representation of us.
And
that's
see,
in your
I'm
looks, in your vibes, everything.
I never change with people. I never change. When I was, you know, at my heaviest, I was always a pleasant person. And even after losing I'm still me. I never changed with a person. If you get any negative vibes from me, it's because you're throwing them at me, so I'm gonna throw them back at you. But then I try to be the bigger person and overlook a lot of things. But when you keep throwing jabs, and I asked you twice, then you're gonna make it something that you really don't want, and I don't want either. You see, so when I'm feeling like that, it is best for me to stay away because I call her. She has a many different names that other person that I don't like. Sometimes she could be Sheila. Sometimes she could be Crystal or whoever. I don't like her. And when she comes out, she's nothing nice. So I don't want that part of me to arise again. So I have to stay away from stuff like that. And she done delayed it and showed me too many times. So I'm gonna stay away. I'm gonna stay away because I don't want y'all to pick up the newspaper and be reading about Big Red Diva.
I'm telling you, Big Red Diva. Those are people that you definitely just want to ignore. One thing, that I learned along the way is my silence will get you every time.
Yeah, you're right.
Just because you come at me with a negative energy or you come at me like you got a problem, I'll make you look stupid. I'll make you look stupid in front of everybody because I'm not going to give you that same vibe. I'm not going to let you bring me down to that same level. Let her look stupid on her own. I still go up in there dressed to impress. You mad, not me.
Right.
Baby, you not about to enjoy me from vibing out. You not about to enjoy me, distract me from enjoying myself. You're not about to do none of that.
Right.
None of that. And it could be, your mama man down here trying to troll you, Thompson. You probably stole the man. It could be that her man probably did give you a compliment, okay?
Well, here's the deal. Here's the deal on that. Her man, I go way back with him, like maybe 20 years. He works for a law firm that I deal with on a regular, when I have anything going on, I deal with this particular law firm. And he works for the law firm. So he's like an adjuster. So I do call on him if I have an accident or whatever. Well, I just recently found, like around the Christmas holiday, found out that this is who she's dating. And that was the first altercation that she and I had because when I walked into the business, he was sitting at the door. And I'm like, what are you doing here? And she flew to the door. What did you say to him? I said, I asked him what he was doing here because I know him. Oh, he's here with this woman. So I said, well, who is this woman? Oh, damn. Oh, excuse me. But I've been knowing this man. I deal with this man. He works for the law firm that I, deal with. She went in left field. Girl, you don't want to smoke, Jane. So yeah, I think she has a problem because of the relationship me and the guy have. But this is before her time.
Man, listen. Your mama's man said he knew that was the reason why. He said he knew it.
Yep.
That was the reason why she got an attitude. Baby, every time she see me, I'll be stepping. You hear me?
And
every time she see me.
I'm a dresser. I dress. I've been doing it all my life. My grandmother didn't play that, going out of her house looking any kind of way. So if I'm going to the grocery store, I'm put together because you don't know who you're going to run into. So yes, every time you see me, I'm dressed from head to toe. But here's the kicker. I tell people, where did you get the outfit from? I like the Goodwills and all thrift stores. And I'm gonna go in there and spend my $50 and come out of there with a bag full of name brand shit. And when I put it together, I'm gonna put it together. So, and I tell people, you know, I thrift store shop. Everything you see me in, that's where it comes from, because that's what I love to do. Why spend all the money when I can go get it for the low? I'm penny pinching right now. But anyway, yeah. And I offer those type of services. If you can't put something together, I can. I can help you. I've been in the industry for 40 years. Yeah.
Man, one thing for sure, too, for certain, you can dress like a rag doll. Long as that confidence is there, and you have a positive attitude, a real man will rather deal with that than deal with somebody that's dressing and got an attitude and complaining about every goddamn body and every goddamn thing. You know, one thing females need to realize is one thing a nigga, not a nigga, let me say a man hates is a nagging ass bitch.
Right.
Okay. You'll lose them every goddamn time.
Every time. But I can't go that route with the guy, because the guy dated my sister about 20 years ago. And that's how I met him, through my sister. I had a car accident and she told me call him, and I did. And they've been treating me well. You know, the law firm treats me well. It's like I'm family, because anything that goes on, I call them. If friends call, I need a law firm, I recommend Gordon. That's here in Baton Rouge. And they do well by me. And they take care of my friends.
Man, she not worried about that. She not looking. See, you know, and people attitudes and people the way they carry themselves, they don't know. Like, you'll fuck up somebody else's money over you being jealous. Now, one of you really was a person where you let that really bother you, and you said, you know what? Since he can't keep his feet, he can't get his girl in check. Let me just not do business with him. That man will be losing money because of her.
Right. And you know what else I want to tell any business owner? I don't care if it's a club, if it's a hair salon, it could be a car wash, whatever. Any type of business that you're in. One thing about it, I open my door to anybody when it comes down to making my coin. My worst enemy, when I was still doing hair, I've been retired for 2 years. But if I was still behind the chair, and when I was behind the chair, I didn't care who sat on my chair. I was looking at the Benjamin, because I have to go home and take care of my family. Okay, so if I got to put on that fake smile for you, then that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to treat you like royalty the whole while you're sitting in my chair. So to all you business owners, you about $1. I don't care how you look. I don't care who you come in here with. We could have just had a knockout fight the day before. If you want to come and spend your $500, your $6,000 with me, bring it on. I'm going to forget about that fight. I'm going to lay you out. I'm going to collect my money, and I'm going to hit you with the deuces. And when I see you tomorrow, if you want to fight again, let's do it. But the most important thing of it, I got your coin. And I gave you a service. So if I'm sitting in your club, I don't care how you don't like me. If I'm spending my money, or if I'm having money spent, embrace it. That's helping your pocket. If you don't want me there, just come and say, hey, I don't like you. I don't want you here. And I'm going to respect your mind as long as you don't put your hands on me. And
I'm pretty sure she see.
Baby, I've been put out of better places, honey.
I'm pretty sure she see the dudes that buy you drinks or that try to buy you drinks. I'm pretty sure she see the dudes that be talking to you. I'm telling you, man, that jealousy thing, would get them every time.
Right.
That jealousy thing will stand out every time. That confidence is louder. That confidence is gonna stand out even more.
Hmm. That's right. That's right.
I remember me and Big Lack going out one time. We had went to an all white party. And when I say us just standing in line, all eyes was on us. When we walked to the door, all eyes was on us. But we are both confident people.
Right.
So you wouldn't do nothing but expect that confidence when you seen us. But the looks, it'd be crazy to me. Cause it'd be men jealous too.
I know. And one thing about me, I'm not a jealous hearted person. I love to see people look good. If I can help you, I would help you. But I'm like this. When I go out, if I'm dating someone and we're out and 3 or 4 women don't look at you, I'm gonna say, well, what the hell is going on? Because you ain't got no nipples, you ain't got no eye winks. What's going on? You see, because I
Sure.
want to know whatever man is on my arm, he looks just as good as I do. And I want him to get
I'm
just as
telling
many
you.
looks as I get. Because when I walk in the room, I own it. And, that's just there. I own it. And I want who I'm with to own it as well. So if you don't get 2 or 3 looks, I'm going to take you back to the house and say, okay, let's do this again because something ain't right. And, you know, what's up? Baby, well, look, and maybe this outfit ain't doing it for you. So we going to take this one off and put another one on because ain't nobody say nothing when we walk through the door. So let's try this
Mm-mm.
again. And,
Mm-mm.
get my little kiki or whatever. And then when we go back, if okay, well, what's the outfit? And if you still don't get a compliment on this new outfit, then it's you. I'm not throwing you back in the pond, baby.
Mm-hmm. But like said, definitely be your own people.
It does.
And that is for sure. It definitely be your own people. Man, listen, I've learned to laugh about stuff like this. I can remember I go get my nails done. So I remember walking into a shop one day and this older lady walked up to me and she said, "You're not from here, are you?" I said, "No, ma'am." She said, "I could tell." I said, "Huh?" She said, "I could tell." She said, "Your whole glow of your face is totally different."
Mm,
See, when you unbothered and you have that peace, you're gonna stand out. You're gonna look different.
right.
You're not gonna look like everybody else. I don't want to look like everybody else.
Me
I don't want to
either.
look like I'm stressed out and I'm worried and like life beating my ass. I don't want to look like that in the face because you can be the best dressed person and be still looking stressed out, mad, confused, and like you don't know where your life going.
Right.
I don't want to be like everybody else. I want to be different. I've taught myself to be different.
Right.
I taught myself to love me. See, when you love you, it's going to show every time.
Right.
A lot of people, some people 70, 80 years old, never learn how to love themselves.
Right. And I never really understood when people were saying about love yourself, take time and get to know yourself. And the last 3 years is when I really started focusing on me, really focusing on me. And what do you like? And what do you want to do? And how do you want to look? And just work on myself. And I eliminated my kids. I was like, hey, I need some time for me. Don't come, don't call. I'm okay. Friends, I cut them off for about 2 to 3 months when I first started, pouring into me. And it actually helped when you just alone, and this went on for about 3 months. And I tell you, I didn't really talk to anybody on the outside. I would call, let my kids know that I'm okay. I'm still taking care of me. That I walked, I started doing yoga, and it actually helped. And it gave
Mm-hmm.
me a peace of mind. So I
Mm-hmm.
recommend to anybody. The phones, all day I would go without even getting on the phone. Now being on my YouTube and this, that, and the other, then yeah. But I still would take out my time to say, let's take care of me. And even with being on YouTube, it still is relaxing to me because listening and observing or whatever, it's therapeutic to me because I learn a lot from you guys, believe it or not. I learn a lot. And listening to people, and when they have different opinions and they see something differently from you, that makes all the difference in the world because I may have missed something or what I got out of whatever the situation is. Like with me talking about this morning, I wanted to see how you guys felt, and because that'll give me a little more insight on how I should handle it from this day on. You see,
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to take this to my Facebook page, but everybody on my Facebook page is familiar with who I'll be talking about if I do it. You see, so I said, well, let me go to YouTube first. And I saw you were coming live, so I was like, well, let me just jump on Pretty Trucker and see if we could, discuss it like that. So, yeah.
Man, ignore her. Ignore her. I still go up in there, dressed to the T. Still going there with my confidence. I wouldn't take my cup in there and just see. One thing people like to do. People like to poke the bear until the bear slap the dog shit out of them. So I would definitely, what I'm saying, I would carry on as I do. I wouldn't. I wouldn't. Take my cup and then see how much she gonna pick, see what else she gonna come up with to say out the way, and that's gonna tell you everything. It ain't about that damn cup. You just it's gonna get to the point where she just gonna show that she just don't want you around.
Exactly. Because I could show you last night, I bought a bottle. I had a bottle bought for me, and then I had about 5 drinks sent to me. I don't drink a lot. Give me 2, and I'm good. So when the drink comes, I issue them out. We gotta, how businesses like that, you might have your people that kind of are less fortunate, and they hang outside and they looking for a drink, they looking for a cigarette, something of that nature. So when I have extra, I go outside and see who's out there, and hey, here you go. So it's crazy. But I think this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take your advice. I'm gonna not take my cup, and I'm gonna just drink out of what you provide, and I'm gonna see from there if it's really the cup issue or you're just picking. And if I find out you're just picking, I'm gonna pull you to the side again, and I'm gonna talk to you nicely because I don't believe in fronting people out. But if you keep on poking the bear like you say, ain't no sense.
They always want to act like they always want to act like they people poke the bear and they act like they the innocent, they the victims. We see it all the time. I definitely wouldn't let her mess up my energy though, and who I am. I wouldn't let her disturb that at all. Man, when I say it's real life stuff going on and we need to be encouraging each other right now instead of hating against each other. Man, I'm telling you, it's so many people that I've been running into, just intelligent black people that we could really learn from. We could really learn from each other. But we so ignorant that motherfuckers can't even get themselves together to even do it. or the ones that really want to do it, that you got to worry about all the bull crap that you like, no, I don't want no parts.
You right. You all right. You all right.
And I wouldn't let her disturb me at all. That's why one thing I try to do is I try to take some time out for myself in the morning before I get to moving around or talking on here. I sit up and definitely get my thoughts together before I give my energy to anybody else.
Right. Right.
I ain't about to do it. I'm just not. And people gonna show you exactly who they are. We gotta stop painting people to be somebody else. Because once she would have showed me that about, you know, that I knew her man, that she felt like it was a problem, I would have been, I ain't got nothing to say to you. Because you already showed me that it's a problem. You already showed me you're jealous hearted. You already showed me that you just got a problem with me. All that talking over the intercom, nah, baby, no. Mm-mm. Nope.
That's
You
right.
gotta
That's right.
stop giving people pieces of you and let people just be themselves. Because people, one thing about people, they're gonna show who they are every single time. Every time.
Right. Well, I'm glad I said something, you know, because it was bothering me, and I slept well. Thanks, cousin Callie, for asking, because he asked, did I sleep well last night? And I did, but when I popped up this morning, that hit me, and I was like, well, Lord, what you want me to do? I want to speak on it, but I don't want to go, you know, in left field with it. So here, it's giving me a better way to approach it, because I am going to do my Facebook Live. So I know how to approach it, because I was kind of on go, and I'm like, you know what, whatever comes up, comes out. But I don't want to do it like I'm being messy, or I'm just trying to get a point across. Yeah.
Man, I'm telling you, sometimes silence will get you. Silence will explain how you feel without you having to say not one word.
And that's true.
Sometimes you just posting up a picture of you looking badass will say volumes by itself. Because a person that dislikes you and feels a certain way about you, when they see that picture, they gonna talk to themselves and tell themselves everything that they hate about you. You ain't did a damn thing to them.
Right.
And sometimes you just gotta let people just rock out. I ignore people. When people, I can walk in the room and hear the whispers, and I just start laughing, because me laughing is gonna piss you off more than anything.
That's true. And I do that. Believe it or not, I do that. But where my problem come in at is when I've been knowing a person all my life, and literally 25 years of my life I've been knowing this girl. So that's, you know, half of my life. And for her to be acting like she's acting, you really wasn't a friend from the beginning. 25 years of knowing a person, and now all of a sudden it's a problem. You see,
Man, you gotta believe. You have to believe who people show you they are the first time. Stop thinking that they somebody different. Because one thing for sure, you won't see her do other people dirty. You won't see her talk about other females.
And you right.
So what makes you think that she was going to treat you any different? She showed you exactly who she is. She's
you
a
know
jealous
what,
hearted
man? You
person.
know what? You can be kind of hard for you to see a person when once upon a time you act the same way. I could admit to my faults. You see, I didn't sit down and talk about a lot of people, and I know people have talked about me. So when you are participating in things like this at a point in time in your
Mm-hmm.
life, then you can't see it. But when you decide to say, okay, hey, I'm gonna stop doing this, it's not right. I don't like when people talk about me, so I'm gonna leave them people alone. If you see something that's not right with the person, and if you really want to help them, then just go pull them to the side and say, hey, listen, let me help you with this, or let me help you with that. Instead of just sitting down, hunching my friend that's sitting next to me, talking about the person, help the person. So until you realize that you have that within you and you stop it, then that's when you start seeing it in other people. And I didn't
Mm-hmm.
see it at first because guess what? I was doing it. But now that I'm not
Mm-hmm.
doing it, I see it. It bothers me because I see
Mm-hmm.
now with me sitting down talking about a person, I hurt that person's feelings. If it got back to them or not, I hurt their feelings. So
Mm-hmm.
you gotta stop it at some point. So I don't do it anymore. If I see, something is not right, I'ma come to you. A
Mm-hmm.
big girl is the way a big girl could dress. You don't have to have everything revealing. Everything is not made for us to wear. So if I see you a person that you want to look good, I'm gonna step to you and I'm gonna say, listen, call me and I'm gonna give you some pointers. A lot of them accept it, a lot of them don't. I was a big girl, so I'm telling you this is what I did, and it's sexy, it looks good, and 9 times out of 10, somebody's gonna compliment you. Those who have taken my advice, they'll come back and say, thank you, Big Red Diva. You really helped me. Because
Mm-hmm.
somebody helped me. And the lady that I'm talking about, she helped me.
Sure. Man, people can act like they helping you. You heard what I say? Act
Yeah.
like they're helping
Well, when
you.
I say help me, before I got on my journey with the weight loss, I heard about it. I couldn't find the doctor. I didn't know what to do. And
Mm.
when she got all the information to have, the weight loss surgeries, she shared it with me. So that got
Mm-hmm.
me, started. So when I say help me, that's what I mean. She opened up the door. God gave it to her. And when she saw me, hey, I got the information. She gave me the numbers. And that's when my journey started, like maybe a year after her, you see. And she had some complications with the doctors. And I turned her on to my doctor in New Orleans. And everything is going smooth for her now. But
Hmm.
now it's a problem with me.
Mm-hmm. They people people are weird. Let me just say that people are weird, especially females, because we are so emotional. Emotions be all over the place. One minute we happy, one minute we sad, one minute we damn confused. That I just be to the point where I just stay the hell away, cause I have my own damn emotions to keep in check, and people be all over the place. I'm not about to allow anybody to make me feel any sort of way.
Right.
Just because you are in a bad mood don't mean that I'm gonna be in a bad mood. Just because you want to gossip don't mean that I want to gossip. Just because you want to be around the fuckery and have the fuckery around you today, that's not what I want.
Right.
And some of us be worried about, well, damn, Lord, I ain't talked to my friend in a couple weeks, and I ain't talked to this person in a couple weeks. I kind of feel alone. Sometimes that solitude be exactly what you need.
Right.
Sometimes God really be trying to get us in check because we really be playing ourselves and thinking we have our friends and we really have associates. It's a big
Right.
difference between a friend and associate. Let me play this video real quick about a real friend. Hold on real quick. Hold on, Big Red Diva. I got you 1 second. Let me show you something. Let me show y'all something real quick about these people. Hold on. Oh, you can't hear it. Hold on.
If your best friend is a yes friend, if they gotta walk on eggshells to tell you you stink in this area, you know somebody that loves you, somebody that would tell you you're doing a good job. Watch, but they love you enough to tell you, man, you need to get this straight in this area. That's why you gotta be careful not to be ensnared by the words of people. Watch, who butter you up on the outside but don't have your best interests on the inside. How do you have a best friend that can't tell you about yourself? How do you have a best friend that can't correct you? If your best friend is a yes friend, if they gotta walk on eggshells to tell you you stink in this area, you know somebody that loves you, somebody that would tell you you're doing a good job. Watch, but they love you enough to tell you, man, you need to get this straight in this area. That's why you got to be careful not to be ensnared by the words of people. Watch, who butter you up on the outside but don't have your best interests on the inside.
When I say they don't be having your best interests at heart, they don't. They don't be caring. Man, listen. People be weird. You had to literally keep them in check, and not only just people, even your family. I can't hear you.
I was listening to the thing.
The audio.
Yeah.
Listen to this one. Hold on real quick, y'all.
You gotta learn the difference between family and relatives. It's a big difference. Because I got people that's my family that's not related to me at all. That's my brother. It's a difference between friends and associates. Fake friends is like 4 quarters. They change for $1. I'm gonna say that again.
Oh, wow.
Fake friends is like 4 quarters. They change for $1. And you gotta learn the difference.
I'm in agreement with that.
What change for $1? Man, you gonna get your ass out of here. I'll let her rock clean out. You ain't gonna bother me.
I don't have a problem with corrective criticism. You know, I want my friends to tell me if I'm, doing something wrong. At first, I had a problem with it when I didn't understand it, and now I do.
I'm telling you, if you're not a person that is willing to learn and willing to listen, you're gonna lose every time. You're gonna lose every single time.
Can you hear me now?
Every single time. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
I can hear you. Yeah, you're gonna lose every time.
You gotta let it, like I say, a question that you asked maybe about 2-3 minutes ago, it's just coming up. So I'm trying to
hold on,
really
let me
listen
fix
hard.
my audio. Hold on. Let me try to fix my audio real quick. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Let me see. Is that better? It sound like we behind each other, or we right there we're supposed to be at. My mother's keeper said they changed for whoever they talking to that day. Facts. Kelly Cuz said relatives ain't shit by the bloodline. Family is love. Man, listen, when I say to you, people People are gonna be people. What we gotta just start doing, we gotta stop expecting a you out of people. Stop expecting for people to feel how you feel. Stop expecting for people to give a fuck about things that you give a fuck about, because that's not life.
That's right. That's right. An older
That's
lady told me that once because I used to be upset with a lot of my friends because of how
mm,
I treat them and the things that I would do for them. My friends, they knew every year for their birthday, Big Red Diva was gonna do something to surprise them. Something. But when it came round
mm,
to my times and this, that, and the other, I've always was never thought about. I always had to plan my own parties and whatever, whatever. So I, made mention of this to an older person, and she told me that same identical thing. And this was maybe 30 years ago. She said, "Let me tell you something. You cannot expect people to give you what you give to them." And I'm looking at her like, why? And she said, because they're not you.
mm,
You see,
mm,
they're not you. The way you think is not the way they think. So you can't hold a gift to the person that they're not
mm,
treating you like you treat them. So
mm.
exactly, stop expecting for me to come out of them because they're
Yep.
not me. So until
Mm-mm.
I came to grips with that, I don't expect it anymore. If it happens, it
Mm-hmm.
happens. If it don't, it don't. They know one thing. Don't plan nothing for Big Red Diva around her birthday because she's gonna do it herself.
Hmm.
Just if you want to pitch in, pitch in. But other than that, don't make no plans for me in May because I'm gonna do it myself.
Make sure you happy on your own terms.
Exactly.
Man, my thing at this point in life is so much going on around us. And it's so much other things for us to be worried about when it comes to our family, when it comes to um I always bring it back to the grandkids. It's so much for us to be worried about with protecting them and the way that this world is. Man, fuck everything else and everybody else.
Right.
It's bigger things to be worried about than if Karen likes me
Mhm.
or if the gang like me, the group like me. I don't care.
Right.
Man, and I think every truck driver can agree with this, or a person that spends a lot of time by themselves can agree with this. When you are used to being alone, you could be in a room full of people and still feel alone because y'all
True.
not on the same vibe. Y'all not on the same page. It's okay to be different. When people acknowledge and realize that it's okay to be different, it's okay not to get along with everybody. It's okay not to be a part of a clique. It's okay not to be a follower.
That's
They'll
right.
learn themselves.
Right.
Oh man, I can care less. I really can. I'm worried about stuff like this right here. Y'all see this on the screen?
Mhm.
This is Professor Francis Boyle, found dead only days after he agreed to testify against Bill Gates over alleged dangers of COVID-19. My bad, the C word. hmm
Right. You're right. You're right. You're right. So
People
I want
are
to say
still
to
suffering
everybody,
and dying from
I
that
made another
stuff.
comment. It said, I wish with us saying, let's come together was easily
Mm.
done than easily said. You see, if we could just come to grips on what we could do, to just stick together, in whatever.
Mm. Man, it takes for strong-minded people. It takes for people who are just tired of the bullshit to do something like that. It takes mature people who aren't hating on the next person to do something like that.
Right. That's right.
People just gonna be who they are, and sometimes you just gotta let it be what it is. I'm not trying to change nobody's damn mind. If you don't like me, you don't like my vibe, you don't like what I bring to the table, that's fine. I like me. God likes me. And I know what purpose God got for me.
That's right. Well, listen, I'm gonna have to drop through the door. I'm gonna see what he's talking about. I'm still, be in the chat. I'm still listening. If I hear something, I'm gonna come and type. And if he leave and he's still on, I'll come back.
Okay. And get on and let y'all go on about y'all day. Just wanted to give y'all some news, some positive vibes for the day. Man, love yourself, because ain't nobody gonna love you like you. Once you start learning to love yourself, man, people will love you so much more. That's the only thing I can give you. Salute to everybody that came through. Most respect to everybody. Thank you for coming through. Thank you for the cheers over there on Twitch. I want y'all to have a good day. Positive thinking. Don't worry about what nobody got to say about you. Worry about what God has to say about you. That's what you worry about, because that's the only person that matters. Y'all be safe. And y'all have a great, prosperous day. Salute.
Thanks for rocking out with your girls, you know what I'm saying?
It's been real, baby, but we got to go.
If you get blocked or timed out, it's just business, nothing personal.
Now see, if you had got you some act right, that wouldn't have happened in the first place.
Bye, we out.
Y'all come back now. You hear?